It's so hard to find the perfect breeze, one blowing none too hard nor soft, carrying a scent of wild flowers and moving clouds about aloft. It's so hard to find the perfect sky, one blue and deep and bright, carrying a sense of openness with geese and wrens in flight. It's so hard to find the perfect night, one warm, quiet, and unflawed, carrying a mood of solitude and a closeness to our God. Yet no perfection so hard to find as that which you extend, and none I'll ever treasure more than to simply be your friend. Hi guys, welcome back to My Heart, My Eyes. It's your girl Ianka 360, and today's episode is about friendship. I was a bit skeptical to actually to be on this topic, to make an episode on this topic, because it's dear to me. The topic itself, the word itself, it carries a lot of weight for me as far as I am concerned. The poem that I read for y'all at the beginning, it was by Ron Carnell. The name of it is Treasures, and something about it I just find it lovely. Friendship is not everybody that you meet and greet, that you skin deep with, is a friend. And we have to acknowledge and realize and act upon using the appropriate names towards people who we associate with. For example, people that you don't know, family members, relatives, besides those individuals, they are what we call strangers at the beginning, because we don't know them. All we have to identify them or to say we have seen or we are aware of this person is probably the physical attributes, or probably a short observation of how they would interact with the environment and the people in the environment around them. So they are considered strangers. When you move from the level of being a stranger, you become an acquaintance. And what is an acquaintance? An acquaintance is a person that you slightly know, or someone who you could say you recognize by sight or short interactions with them. That's it. It have no bond between both of y'all. Y'all don't have any similar interests. Y'all just interact, a short hi, good morning. Then there is, you could say, you can move up to the level of being an associate. This is an associate of mine, but Being an associate, you could say that is for business partners. You understand? Someone who you have already worked with or you are working with. Putting into business opportunity. You would call them an associate because you all share a common interest, which is whatever that business would be about. So y'all are not friends, but y'all are associating because of this common interest. So y'all are associates. This is your associate. Then we have your colleague. And your colleague is a person who you work with or you have worked with. So in employment, when you're working under an organization or a company, that is your colleague. Most people don't even use the term or they don't know the term. They instead use them a friend from work. That's not your friend from work, that's your colleague. Unless the work relationship that has developed between you and that individual has become something more outside of work, and you truly consider that person reliable, and you have seen and went through the different elements of a friendship with that individual, then fine. But other than that, use your correct term. Colleague. Well, we know what a classmate is. We know what a roommate is. A parishioner. They my friend from church. No. This is a church member. This is a parishioner. Because not even within the religious realm, that someone that you go to church with is your friend. We need to be so careful. Neighbor. Don't be afraid to use these terms. If somebody is offended by it, then they need to evaluate themselves, and it have nothing to do with you. Because we need to understand and we need to acknowledge and accept where we are pertaining to interactions with everyone that we associate with in our life. You cannot call everyone your friend. And if you are calling everyone your friend, there's some serious self-evaluation to be had pertaining to yourself. What is a friend? Do we know what a friend is? In simple terms, they said, besides family members or your partner, it is someone that you share close affection with. Everybody that you're calling your friend, do you share close affection with every one of them? And if you do not, why are you calling every one of them your friend? What is friendship? Friendship is a state of being among mutually bonded persons who share similar interests. Now, this varies, of course, all the time, but still. What similar interests do you share with a lot of these people that you call your friends? Now, you may have shared experiences with them because you all may have went out somewhere together and you all had experiences, but that doesn't mean that you all share interests. That's why you have to be so careful. Because sometimes, no matter how much you align with somebody, that doesn't make them your friend. That still keeps them in the category of being acquaintance, of being an acquaintance, of being an associate. And I think a lot of the times that's one of the reasons why we don't understand the impact and the implication of using the word friend. Because a lot of associates and acquaintances, we are calling them friends. And when things happen where it is they do things without regard for us and our being, we get so hurt. We become so hurt. Friend and friendship, those are heavy words. And if you don't think those are heavy words, then I don't know what to tell you again. I really don't. What it is, what do you all consider elements of a friendship? Important elements of a friendship. Because I have a list of a lot. Now, sticking to honesty, I believe to myself that I have grown a lot pertaining to the understanding of a friend and friendship. And I would hope that when it is I am blessed with having a true friend, one who is a friend, and one who understands the burden, a very beautiful burden, but still a burden that friendship is, that I am able to give as much, if not more, to that person as well. Different elements of friendship that I think are important is communication and understanding. We can't say communication alone because I think I communicate well all the time. But sometimes me communicating to somebody who don't understand what it is I am expressing, it becomes null and void. So communication and understanding, comprehension is an important element. Honesty, compassion, trust, loyalty, sympathy, reliability, respect, shared experiences. That is something nice to have, and it is important. Fun, of course, laughter, independence, equality, sympathy, empathy, privacy. Now, I know I called a lot. I called about, let me count it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I called about, I'm averaging, because I have plenty here, about 18 to 20 states or elements or pillars of our friendship. Right? I know I mentioned privacy. And privacy and secrecy is two separate things, I believe. Whereas secrecy is the state of concealing and hiding. Privacy is the ability or the freedom to express thoughts and feeling when you feel like it, simply put, and with whom you want to share it with, which everyone has a right to. Privacy. Secrecy, if it has secrecy within a friendship, that means it has no trust, and therefore the friendship is null and void as far as I'm concerned. That's why I say secrecy and privacy is two separate things. Sympathy and empathy, non-judgmental, being able to listen, independence. I mention independence because it have times I had a beautiful friendship with someone, and I still love that person. It have nothing that would change that ever for me. That, to me, that's how it is. I know that it was genuine for me, because despite us not interacting with each other now and not associating with each other now on the level that we were associating and interacting with each other before, when I think about the friendship I had with them, it was still beautiful to me. However, I have recognized, I have acknowledged, I would use that word, I have acknowledged now that when it came to that individual and the friendship that I had with them, what is the best word to use? I got rid of my independence. And not only did I'm not talking about them, they probably still practice their independence within our friendship. However, I was so caught up in the friendship with them, I was so into it that I didn't realize that I was not practicing my own form of independence for myself and apart from the friendship that I had with them. And there wasn't even a form of interdependence either. I became dependent, so that when it is my relationship with them reached a milestone, a turning point, where it is, yes, we had our subjective opinions and views about the situation that we were in, the turmoil that we were in. Our friendship did not survive. And when our friendship did not survive, there was a long period of time where I could not catch myself. A lot of people may hear this and they may think very, oh, that's pathetic. Maybe. A lot of people may think, as besides pathetic, weak, whatever you may think, that is how things move for me. It is not now, of course, but it was. I could not catch myself for a while, and I was so angry. I was so angry about our friendship and the state that it ended up in. And that was partly because of the dependence that I had on my friend, which also means that I was burdening that person. Some people may not even recognize, much less to acknowledge. But first of all, some people may not even recognize that this is what it is maybe taking place in their friendship. And you need to be careful. You need to be careful. Just now, pertaining to the situation that ended our friendship, now that some time has been passed on it, and I'm looking at the situation objectively, I can be irritated about the situation and how it was handled, how my friend handled me, and how my friend handled the situation. I can objectively sit down, rationally think about it, and be angry about that without getting too much in my feelings. And I could say that happily because at the end of the day, we ought to have expectations in our friendships all the time. That is how it is our friendship continues to grow and develop and improve. Because just like every other relationship, it needs to grow, develop, and improve. And doing so, you need to put time and effort and thought into it. Nurture your friendship. People feel you don't need to nurture a friendship. But just like how you would nurture the relationship that you have with your significant other, your romantic relationship, you need to nurture your friendship. And a lot of the times, I think that is one of the reasons why it is my friendship at that time failed as well. We didn't nurture the way that we supposed to. It had a lot of missing elements in our friendship. We had a lot of elements that I mentioned, yes, but it also was missing others. We need to be careful, people. We need to be careful. We need to really know the meaning of these elements. We need to know the meaning of it. And I'm not talking about just a dictionary meaning. You need to understand the meaning of these elements pertaining to friendship. Are you that type of friend? Because right now, I could count on one hand how many people I consider friends. I have a tremendous amount of acquaintances and associates, schoolmates, colleagues, you understand? Neighbors, parishioners. But on one hand, I can count the amount of friends that I have. And I'm not sad about it. I think it puts me in a better position. Are you in a better position? All I'm saying is we need to use the appropriate words to define the type of interactions that we have with people on a daily basis. And when you use these appropriate terms, you would be able to better manage yourself. You heard what I said. Better manage yourself. And when we better able to do that, a lot of things not would be able to fall in place, but we wouldn't be delusional and we wouldn't be guessing and we wouldn't be disappointed unexpectedly. Also, if you do have those group of friends or the friend, make sure that you all have all the pillars. Don't let the internet fool all you. It's not just 4. Alright? It's more than 4. Trust, equality, compassion, honesty, independence, reliability, loyalty, kindness, sympathy, empathy, privacy, not secrecy, shared experiences, respect, communication, and comprehension. Listening, that goes vice versa. Laughter, a non-judgmental space that will fall under compassion and sympathy and empathy and listening. All I'm saying is self-evaluate. Evaluate and make sure you're using the correct terms for the interaction of people on a daily basis so that you can self-manage and you would be in a better position. Don't underestimate it at all. Alright? And it doesn't take anything away from you. If when it is you do that, you lose some things, that means that that means you had great timing. Simply put, easily put. Alright? I'm so glad that y'all interacted with me, that y'all took the time to listen to this episode today, and I can't wait to post for y'all again next week Friday, please Lord. Y'all send in your voice notes, your voice messages. Message me on the Facebook page, Iancar360, IENCAR 360. Message me on the page. You understand? Visit the blog and leave your comments and leave your likes and share. These things are beautiful to go over, because at times we tend to forget. We get so caught up in life that we tend to forget the simple things that make life better. Alright? So enjoy, stay safe, be vigilant, and take care of yourselves. Until our next episode, guys, it's your girl, Iancar360. Later.